Hello, and welcome to an exciting edition of Hidden in the Universal Vault. I'm Ron, your host, and I welcome you to my review of Den of Thieves from 2018. This is the action film that stars Gerard Butler, Pablo Schreiber, I'm pronouncing that right, O'Shea Jackson Jr., and Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. So this movie is released by Styx Entertainment and is directed by Christian Gladskast, and with the screenplay written by Christian Gladsad and story by Christian Gladsad and Paul Schurter, I can't pronounce that name. Paul Schadling? I butcher last names so much. It was actually produced by Gerard Butler, and that's about it for the cast and crew. This also has Melanie Williams as well. So yeah, Den of Thieves, like I said, it's an action film. For this review, I did watch the theatrical version, and either version while you're watching theatrical or unrated, it is very boring. This movie is just, it's not horrible, it's just boring. And the movie, both editions, before I go into this, now the unrated, the original, the theatrical version was 2 hours and 20 minutes, and the unrated version is 2 hours and 29 minutes, basically just 9 additional minutes added. Let's actually read the plot to Den of Thieves. So Den of Thieves is a gritty Los Angeles crime saga which follows the intersection, I'll just say that, and often personnel connecting lives of an elite unit of the LA County Sheriff's Department and the state's most successful bank robbery crew as they planned a seemingly impossible heist on the Federal Reserve Bank of downtown Los Angeles. That's essentially the plot to Den of Thieves, and a very boring plot. This movie to me I was so bored with this. And keep in mind, this has a pretty decent cast. Like I said, Gerard Butler, Pablo Schradenberg, O'Shea Jackson Jr., and Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. So Gerard Butler plays the main cop, and 50 Cent, and well, it starts out with O'Shea Jackson, which is actually Ice Cube's son. So I'm just going to say Ice Cube Jr. because I just am. He portrayed Ice Cube in Straight Outta Compton, which he was excellent in that movie. Here, he plays sort of a bartender, then he gets a minimum wage job, and then he works for these bank robbers. Pablo's character, he is the head of the bank robber crew, and 50 Cent's character is also the head of, also the assistant to him in the bank robbery. So right then and there, it starts out promising. That pretty much it starts very promising, but then again, once right at the beginning, we get a bunch of these like gang robbers getting these people, and right then I knew this movie was doomed from the very start. Then we get Gerard Butler, who is going through a messy divorce with his wife. He's a parent of 2 daughters, and she gets mad at him because he can't see him. Then basically now there's like, well, I'm getting a divorce. So then he links up to his daughter who's at recess, and they have a good little conversation. She goes back in. Then he goes to the car and cries that he'll never see the kid again. That's pretty much the gist of what his character is. Then we get to the heist and the setup of this bank robbery. So, yeah, it's very painfully boring. Then they decide they're going to rob So now he's trying to set up the whole thing. If you don't do exactly like what I said, a hostage is going to be dead. So we get not one but two hostages dead, and the bank vault's been blown up. So now basically they find the money, and now he goes and uses crowbar to open the door to the bank, and now they go under. So now we get to shoot 'em up, and even the shoot 'em up's just so boring. I'm getting tired of these action films that rely heavily on shootouts, and guys, it bores me to death. It works in first-person shooters, but not in a film like this. It may work in a movie like Wanted, which I haven't covered on the channel, but I've seen part of. That movie works in spurts, but having a whole entire shootout near the end just makes the movie flat. The only positive with this movie is Gerard Butler's performance and his character. You feel bad for the man, and he's a sympathetic person that you want to care. That's like the only positive. But all the other characters are just wooden, and it's the idiot plot. And again, the pendulum swings. I don't think the pendulum even swings in a movie like this. It's super generic, super boring. The actor from Young and the Restless appears at the very end of the movie, but he's just there for the sake of being there. It makes really no sense. It's just some of the action like, ooh, like, whoa, that kind of thing, but that's just few and far between. It has a nice shot. It has a nice shot. There's a nice shot where it shows him and a train goes by. I thought the movie was going to end there. No. Instead, we get him going back to the car. He and another guy survive. Then he goes back to the station, and then all of a sudden, Ice Cube Jr. is now in jail. Well, that's in the alternate ending. They don't show him in jail, but they show him how he picked the lock, and that's it. None of this makes really no sense. When you got a movie that's just super paper thin and super artificial, when I want an action film, I want my action films to have a little more meat to it. And at the end of the day, I don't have anything else to say about this. Another problem I have with the movie is it's way too long. This is like a two-hour movie, 2 hours and 20 minutes. I never bothered watching the unrated, but I feel that's going to be slightly longer. And that's 2 hours and 29 minutes. Whatever minutes and whatever version you had, this just comes down to a very bad film. And when you got a bad movie like Den of Thieves, that does nothing. Now, this is actually the original Universal release. If you were to go into Walmart and buy this, you'd be getting the Lionsgate release. But whatever version it is, it's just bad. The only reason Lionsgate put that out because there was a sequel, Den of Thieves, and they're going to make a third one. I have zero interest in even watching Den of Thieves 2 or 3 if 3 is getting made. And it's a good thing that Lionsgate made that because I'm not covering anything Lionsgate unless it was put out by Universal. This movie is written by Universal and with the help of Six Films, I should say. Yeah, I called Sticks, but Six. I don't know. You may like this, you may not. In the end of the day, it's just a very boring but bad film. This is not horrible. I take that back. This is just a boring film. But it could be boring, could be bad, however you want to say it. But whatever. I can't recommend Den of Thieves. Cannot recommend this movie is what I meant to say. It's just, if you're really that interested in, I'm sure a lot of people like this movie. For me, I can't recommend Den of Thieves. As I said again, The unrated version may be good, but I'm not sitting for another 2 hours and 29 minutes myself and get the same thing. In the end, it is just a very bad movie. So let's go ahead and rate Den of Thieves. I'm going to give this movie, this is another tough one, but I take that back. I'm going to give this a 2 out of 5. It's really just boring. It's painful to watch. The actions are not great. The whole movie is just, let's just shoot them up. Let's just create more bullet sponges. And it's a very boring movie from start to finish. And it's definitely going to land on my worst list near the end of the year. It's just, I was expecting this to be at least somewhat decent. And at the end of the day, I just got a very generic yet bad movie. And Den of Thieves qualifies in that category. So, if you do want to check it out, I guess check it out. But your mileage may vary. For me, I did not like this movie, and I can't recommend this. At the end of the day, it's just a bad movie. So that's my review of Den of Thieves. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you do like the content of the channel, like, comment, subscribe, click the bell, ring the bell to get all my video notifications so you don't miss a single video of what I post up there. I have tons of Universal videos, tons of Log City videos. I'm on Letterboxd, guys. You can check out what I did review on the channel. And I rate the movies before I review them. So, yeah, go check me out check me on Letterboxd. Just head to my channel. Check out lots of things. I just posted up my very first short. So I got my very first short of my mini review. I did it as a short, and I'll explain to that. I did a mini review of The Bad Guys 2 as a short, so you guys can check that out on the channel. So definitely come to the channel and check out what I have on there. Like I said, Vlog City, Hit UV, all that good stuff. Yeah. So that's it, guys. And as always, keep watching those Universal movies, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.